This is one of the complex leather boxes I made for a while, and this box is going to be for this beautiful antique bottle opener. Goes on the bottle and then the ring locks it, and there's a spring here to help take it out. And today I want to show you the process, the dilemmas about making this box. I'm going to work with leather and with cloth, and the challenge for me is how to connect the object inside the box without it moving, but that it would be easy to take it out. So with a kind of an idea in mind, let's bind. I'll start by taking the dimensions. The metal ring is 4 in diameter. The wooden handle is 9.4, let's say 1.5. So I cut the board into size. I cut it 20 on 11.5. That is because I want 1 centimeter on both sides, and on top and bottom around 2 centimeters. And what I thought to do is cut out a window that only the metal ring here and what's holding the bottle would just have a window and go down, and then the whole bottle opener will sit flat on the surface. But before I cut out the material, I want to know which kind of material I'm going to use. So I thought about using leather. One option is go for burgundy wine color. And the other kind I thought is maybe to go with this light brown camel color. I think this works better. And for the cloth, let me see. I think I'll go with the brown. It would give like a nice frame to the box. So I have a decision. So now what I think I would do is cut the window. Great. I'll bring 2 weights. And let's see how it goes. It's a bit loose, but I think with the material, it would fit nicely inside. So now what I think I would do is connect the perpendiculars for the inner box. Let me move this aside. I'll take my weights. This would give me a line here, and I'll start with the long ones. I cut the long ones as the length of the box itself, and the short ones are the width minus 2 of those. I hope I'm doing okay by connecting the perpendiculars and then the leather, but I think it would work nicely. Let's see what we have. I'm going just to turn the leather, but this is going to go inside another box, so I don't need to finish it very nicely because that won't be seen, but I do want to go inside, and just not inside the box, just on the perpendiculars. I'll bring the leather for cutting. Let me take the box, line it up with my weights. So this is a nice measurement. I'll put my ruler and cut this one. But I want it nice and even, so I'll cut this one also. Great. I'll flip over the leather, and I'm going to locate it as I want. So this is 2, and this is 2. And now a pencil won't work. I'm going to mark with a pen the window. Now I'll bring a scalpel, but it is not sharp enough, so I'll bring my Alice clamp. This is a nice tool for surgery. It can hold things and you can lock it. And I use it to take off the blade. I'll lift it a bit, so I'm going to catch the blade and take it out. I'll bring a new blade, open it and hold the edge like this. And then I just slide it in and lock it, and I have a new blade. Now this is very sharp. So what I'm going to do is go from the marked line to the inside and just take off material. I'm going inside in a bit of an angle. Let's do the other side. I'll do the short sides. I feel it's better. Let me see. Now I'm going to glue the board. Now I need not to get confused. This is the window over here. I'll move the weights. Flip over. I want to go inside the window a bit. I'll flip it over. Now I want to make a very small detail, but it is important for me. I want to put a bit of leather on the edges here. So I'll move this aside and I'm going to bring my paring machine. I'll bring the clamps here and connect. 1 and 2. And I'll take the small leftover that I have and I'm going to just pare. I want a very small piece. This is much more than I need, but if I'm paring, I'm paring. I'll make it thinner. Wow, this is very thin. This is around 0.5 millimeter thick. So I need just a very small piece and I'm going to cut it as the thickness of my board, around 2.3 millimeters. Just a small strip like this. And now I'll bring the box and I'm going to paste the leather. I'll take my special pointy bone folder and I'm going to bring it to the corner and just cover the inside corner. This is such a small detail to do, but this is going to make all the difference in the finishing. Why am I doing this? This is going to cover, when I'm going to fold the leather inside, it is going to cover the corners. And I'm doing it before I'm cutting. Great. Now the moment of truth. I'm going to cut from the corner in an angle. Let's do this one. And now I'm going to cut between all of them. Great. Piece of waste paper underneath. I'm going to glue it. Now let's flip over and insert the leather inside, working on the edges. I want it to touch the edges. I'll flip it over again and I'm going to connect one side and the other side. I have an idea. I'm going to take the piece I cut out and let me take down about 2 millimeters. And here also. Let me see if I'm shoving it inside here. Yes, this would help me with the folding. It's always improvising in bookbinding and in box making. Each time I'm trying to invent myself and find new solutions for problems because the window is so small that there's not enough material to fold it back on itself easily. That is why I feel that it needs a bit of pushing around. I think I'm going to leave it like this inside so it will keep on pushing the material. And I'm going to work on the outside. What I'm going to do is take my ruler and a knife and I'm going to cut from the board here and here and on the other side and here. Now I'm going to pair the leather around the corner. The knife is very sharp. Let's see what's going on here. Take it inside. Looks good. So now what I'm going to do is glue long side, and short side. Again, I'm not going to insert it inside the box, just the edges, because all this area is not going to be seen. Just to hold the box better. Glue the short sides. Yes, you see, it was worth the pairing that it is without any bump here. Again, this is going inside a box, so you won't see the edges. And that's exactly what we're going to do now. But before, let me check that it's okay before moving on. Ready? Yes. Nice. It's a bit in an angle, but I like it. It's sitting nicely. I have here 2 like I wanted and 2, and I see you can move it. I would move on to constructing the outside of the inner tray. I'll glue the bottom. Okay, let's take it out. Let's start covering. trying to see 2 centimeters on both sides. I feel it's not sharp enough. You know how you change a blade? You just take out the end, break it, and connect again. Yes, that's much better. These sides are going to reinforce the box. I'll bring waste paper. I'm putting on the board and just the edges with glue. And connecting. Let's see what we have. Yes. Now I'll move on to working on the outside folder that I'm going to make with leather. So I'll bring my leather, I'll locate it here, and I'm going to make a folder. This would be one side, second side, and the spine of the folder. And I'm going to make a gap of around 6 millimeters between. So I'll bring my glue and I will start with the first board. From the middle to the outside, as usual. Nice. Flip over. I'll bring a gap of 6 millimeters. See, it's aligned here. And I'll do the second side. If you're wondering about this brush, this is a 20-year-old brush that I use for PVA. I won't worry about that. I will pull it and then trim it. Now I'm going to work the corners. Now I'll bring my litho stone. And I want to tell you about the litho stone. Litho stone is a soft stone used for lithography, and you use it in bookbinding when you're going to work and pare the leather with the knife not to damage the blade. What I'm going to do is take my paring knife and I'm going to bevel the edge here, like so. The reason I'm making this bevel is after when I'm going to turn in, it's going to sit one on top of the other and there's no bump here. And now I'm going to take my scalpel and I'm going to take off material at the corner. Takes a bit of time, but I want the folding here of the corner to be very, very thin. I have a lot of practice with that, but you need to be careful with your fingers when working with the scalpel so the knife won't move to your finger. Great. And next step, I want to understand, I'll take two, this is like a knitting needle, but this is brass. I want to understand where I'm going to do the fold-ins, and I'm going to take a bit of material over here also, just in the gap, in the hinge. Again, with the knife, with an angle a bit, taking off material. Great. We'll start gluing again. I'm using PVA for this one, but if I'm going to work with a vegetable tanned leather, then I would go with paste. I need two papers here for the long side. And I'm going to glue the edge of the leather long side first. I'm going inside the gaps here. I'll take the waste paper out. And now, with the bone folder, I'm going to work the edge and like pull and fold inside. Now, I'll take these brass needles, flip it over, going with the angle here. Okay, I'll move on to the short side. Glue the leather up until the end, including the corner here. And now I'm going to move the leather until the nice bevel I made. See how beautifully it becomes? And then working on the corner. Forming it nicely on this side. Now I'm going to line up the inside. Let's see how it closes. Nice. I'll bring small weight over here and I'm going to glue this side. I'm working from the inside out. I don't want glue on the edges. And now I'm going to bring it to my weights. Let's see. It's okay here. See that it closes flush. I'm going to connect the other side. Remember, this side is bottom because of the opening. And I'm going to glue the bottom part. Not to get confused, this is like this. And I'm putting it inside. Now I'm going to close it. Move it. And open. Let's look okay. Close is okay. One more thing I have left to do is to glue the edges of the tray here. And insert inside. Are you ready for the moment of truth? Let me bring our bottle opener. This is a beautiful object. Look at the shade. Amazing. From an idea to an actual box. And because I documented the whole process and all the dilemmas along the way, I have a longer video if you want to see and dive deeper. I would link it in the description. Thank you for watching and for being here, and I'll see you in my next video.